ZombieTactics today, getting right into it with this review of the Kershaw Tanto Blur. This is model 1670T BLK ST WM. It's an American-made knife. It's of medium price, I'd say, but a very good value for the money. I'll mention this again, but you can get it for anywhere from about $50 to $60 at all kinds of different places, Walmart, Amazon. Look around online. You'll find good prices on this. This is an update of an older design which used 440A steel, I believe. And given that people generally sort of don't like that steel for reasons that are either good or bad, not something we're going to get into today, they've switched to Sandvik 13C26 stainless steel. Seems to be a pretty good steel, and it actually does appear to be superior in some ways to the 440A. It has a handle made of black aluminum, and it is coated with, the blade is coated with a what they call their DLC tungsten coating. I love coatings like this because I hate shiny knives. I think a knife is something that by its very nature ought to be sort of, what should I say, stealthy in its approach. This is an assisted opening folder, and the way that works is you flip up on the thumb stud and it clicks open. I didn't really get a good view of that, so I should probably zoom out a little bit so you can get a good look at how that exactly works. Boom, that knife is open. One of the things I do like about this is Kershaw has something in there that they're calling their speed safe technology, and what I think that really is that first of all there's a lot of tension on the blade that keeps it from opening. If it's sitting in a pocket or a bag or something like that, you're not going to reach in and find this knife is open and cut your hand on it. And it also at the same time gives you quite a bit of control over the blade when you're opening it. You can manually open and close this blade with one hand fairly easily. And one thing I like about that is that you'll notice that when you are doing it slow like that, it doesn't make much noise. Clicking it open fast makes a lot of noise. And again, since I like stealthy, doing that slowly, you can do that with one hand, and there's almost no noise at all, just a slight click as it locks into place. You do have what I would call functional jimping across the top of the blade here, and across the top of the frame, which I think helps quite a bit. This works better with gloves than just your bare hand, but you can get a good grip on it fairly well. On that point, I do like the fact that there is actually jimping, or whatever it's called, when it's on this side of the blade. It may be called something different. You never know with knife terminology. On the liner lock itself, and this helps your index finger to get a good grip on the blade. On that point, this knife isn't going anywhere when you've got a hold of it. Of course, it is the Tanto point that I like so well, the Tanto blade profile. I think this is just an excellent blade profile for everyday use, and for that matter, you know, somewhat tactical or self-defensive use of it as well. If you take a look at the way the blade is curved when it's open, I think this makes for an ideal grip angle for the knife when you're using it. It's very easy to get up on this knife and get a hold of it for fine duty work with just the tip. I've tested the serrated part of the blade, and that actually does a very good job of ripping through fairly heavy material, and it hasn't dulled yet. The Sandvik steel, the 13C26 steel, does a good job of holding what I would call a usable edge under medium duty use. You can kind of see if you look here that this knife is dinged up a little bit, and that's because I have used this knife fairly heavily day to day. This is my everyday carry knife, and it holds up well. Out of the box, as is typical with Kershaw knives, it is razor sharp. You can draw this blade across your skin, and if you've got any hair on the back of your hand or something like that, it'll just shave it right off. It is shaving sharp. It will dull fairly quickly, to the point where it's not shaving sharp anymore, but it's still plenty useful sharp, and will stay that way under heavy use quite a bit. You can sharpen it easily with just the kind of over-the-counter draw sharpening devices. I use a Lansky. It seems to do a pretty good job with that and brings it right back to a shaving sharp edge without any problem at all. Doesn't seem to get pitted easily. Like I said, I've cut wire with this. I've whittled wood. I've done all kinds of medium-heavy use with it, and it just keeps on taking it. the frame lock works really well. Like I say, heavy use here, and you'll notice that there is no play in this blade at all, either on this axis or on the opening and closing axis at all. That is just tight in there. The pocket clip, a very good pocket clip, works well, goes inside and out of your pocket very easily, clips on your front pocket where most people carry it very well. It is made in such a way so that you really can't see it under here, but under here, this surface is not so rough that it's going to mess up your pocket. The original versions of these had a sandpaper insert, and I didn't like that so well. That was back when they were made with the 440A steel as well. The new design, these are a hard rubber insert, and it does a much better job. The clip is also reversible. You can take these out and flip it this way if you like to have it point up as opposed to point down carry. Like I said, this is my favorite knife. It's got a good functional 3 3/8 inch blade length. That's plenty good for just about anything you want to use it for. Kind of rambling on a little bit here, but it's a great knife. I can't say enough about it. The Kershaw Tanto Blur, model 1670 BLK STWN. Get one. Get 2 or 3. Give them to your kids, because these things will hold up, and this will be something that'll be around longer than you are. ZombieTactics today with a quick review on an excellent knife. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.